Hey everybody, it's Dr. Endel with Westerville Chiropractic and Nutrition, and I have been seeing it with my kids. We have been seeing it with other kids coming into the office, but headaches are a major issue for kids right now. So first of all, why is this happening? Well, a lot of times, number one, you've got stress, right? They're looking, things are completely different for kids right now, and they're not going to tell you that they carry stress in their shoulders. They're going to say at the end of the day, I have a headache. The number two thing going on for most kids, or for a lot of kids right now, they're sitting in front of a computer all day. Kids were not meant to be sitting in front of a computer all day. So I don't want to get into whether or not kids should be doing that. That's the reality for a lot of kids dealing with school right now, sitting in front of a computer or an iPad all day. So that's a big issue for kids. Number three, because they're doing that, their posture is horrible right now, and they're not getting as much motion and movement as usual, right? A lot of kids looking down all day at a tablet, or they're sitting at the kitchen table or at some other workstation, in front of a computer with the shoulders hunched over as part of class and doing their schoolwork all day. So those are big issues, and no, it's not normal for kids to be getting headaches. So what can we do about it? Number one, hydrate, okay? Kids are notorious for not getting enough water. We see it during the day. However, normally at school, we can gauge how much water they're getting because we send them a bottle of water at the beginning of the day. Now it's easy because we're not sending that water. It's easy for them to grab something else, grab something they're not supposed to, grab a more sugary drink that we're having. So hydrate. Number one, hydrate. Number two, just like you have to set yourself up for the right workstation, you have to worry about that with your kids also. So taking a look at what can you do to raise the monitor for the kids, or in a lot of times it's, they're up here trying to type or work or move a mouse because their chair isn't high enough. So taking a look at, do you need to lower the desk? Do you need to raise a chair? Do you need to, what can you do to make sure as much as possible that the kids, the monitor's eyesight, what they're doing with the computer and the mouse is not either way up here or too low. Normally it's going to be too high for kids. Those are going to make a huge difference in how much they're shrugging their shoulders and engaging those muscles that they're not supposed to engage for that long. Number three, make sure they're moving, right? A lot of times kids, they've got gym class as part of their curriculum. However, during a normal school day, they're going to have gym class, they're going to have several recesses, they're going to have a lot of other things to be doing. So what we've done with our kids is, we have designated times where they're going outside. At lunch, they have to connect with some friends for socially, just to get out. So they're out riding their bike with friends, they're out connecting with friends, they're taking a mental and physical break in the middle of the day. So get your kids moving through the day. The next thing I would recommend is, so we talked about water, workstation, movement, posture, right? So, as much as it's hard to do getting kids to sit up straight, that's where the workstation is going to be important. But, probably the number one reason kids are getting headaches is, they're looking down like this all day long, okay? Kids are not meant to do that. We're getting a lot of kids coming in right now where their necks are completely straight. Now that hasn't been from school starting in the last 2 weeks. However, it's been a chronic issue, and now we're adding school on top of it. And so normally even kids should have a nice neck curve which supports the weight of their head. If they're looking down all day at tablets or monitors or computers, that weight of the head starts to shift forward, their muscles start to engage just like it does with adults, and that causes tension headaches. So that's going to be a major issue. How do we correct that? Number one, we have to stop where it starts, which is working on the kids' posture, making sure that they are set up correctly so they're not looking down all day. Number two, there are exercises and therapy exercises that your kids can do to work on getting that curve back into their neck. Most importantly though, you need to make sure their nervous system is functioning correctly. That's where a chiropractic adjustment comes in. If there was one thing that I see that I probably have the most success with and that I enjoy working on with anybody, whether it's kids or adults, it's headaches. And so we see a ton of headache cases in the office. I'm happy to look at your kids. It is completely safe for kids to get adjusted. I've worked on my kids since they were infants, but we're seeing more and more kids coming in right now because of headaches and behavior issues, but that's a whole nother topic that we'll get to. But headaches are a real concern right now. It's affecting their learning, it's affecting their behavior, it's affecting their mood. I know at the end of the week, right, my son, he's really struggled with blue light and too much screen time, and just it's really affecting him on all those levels. And so I'm being sure to check him a lot more often. We also got blue light blockers in his glasses that he uses. I would also recommend, I think the name of the company is Felix Gray. That's where I have blue light blocking glasses from. They have stylish ones. They're going to have different sizes. Get your kid a cool pair of blue light blocking glasses. A lot of kids thinks it's cool to wear glasses until you get older and you actually understand what that deals with. Especially, before they start to go back to school. That'll be nice. Unfortunately, when they go back to school, they'll be wearing masks, and so those blue light blockers are going to fog up. So hopefully you're in a setting where you've got some flexibility with the masks so that you can use the blue light blocking glasses. So those are some tips and ideas just to start stimulating something. By sure, we don't have it all figured out, but based on what we're seeing and what has been successful with our kids, anything that we can do to help, we are absolutely happy to do that. So have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks a lot.